The word embodiment has been becoming quite trendy in the fields of spiritual development, and what I have noticed is that the word embodiment has been quite often interchangeably used for the word embodied, which is quite misleading. The word embody means to stand for, to represent something, which is quite different from embodiment. So, what does embodiment mean for you? My name is Jonita D'Souza, and I am a feminine lifestylist, the creatress of Exploring Femininity, which is a movement for modern day busy women just like you and me to reconnect with their divine feminine wisdom so that we all can experience a lifestyle of fulfillment, vitality, and pleasure, and also create sustainable way of living for our generations to come. So first, let's talk about what embodiment is not and get it out of the way. What embodiment is not is some kind of performance, an enactment, or a measure of a performance. For example, that one vegan meal that you ate and posted a picture on Instagram, or that one yoga pose that you could sustain until the picture was clicked, or a persona that you put up when you are in a public setting. You find a lot of this in those spiritual Facebook communities. Now, I know this may trigger some of you, but it is important that we are able to discern between embodied and embodiment. You see, there is a difference between embodying and embodiment. Embodying is personifying or symbolizing or representing something, whereas embodiment is the infusion of that you are personifying or symbolizing or representing in a way that it is no longer different from your beingness. Embodiment happens when we get out of our head and go into our bodies and connect with our heart and soul's desires. Embodiment is about awareness, not just becoming aware of the body, but becoming aware as the body. So you may ask, yeah, right, whatever. Why does this even matter? Why does embodiment even matter? It matters because when you live in embodiment as the awareness, then you are able to respond to life differently. You are able to engage with life in a way that feels true to yourself. Because how embodied we are truly defines who we are. Embodiment is a permanent cellular shift. It is an awareness that transcends your mental realm and allows you to change your way of being. Embodiment becomes your instinct, your second nature. And then you begin to notice those subtle changes in the daily experiences of your life. For example, that annoying person does not trigger you anymore. You wake up in the morning feeling excited. You have more energy and you are experiencing synchronicities. And for us women, the embodiment usually looks like a descent into the lower energy centers of our female body. And understanding our relationship with our pelvic floor and integrating the wisdom that lies in our pelvic floor. An embodied woman is in full awareness as the body. That includes her sexuality and her life force energy, and not just the outer looks and outer expression. And it is a very powerful way of living. Now, I'm not saying that living in embodiment means all your problems will fall off the earth. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that you will then be equipped with tools and wisdom to navigate through the hardships that life presents to you. The reason I am sharing with you this very confidently is because I know what it means to not be living in embodiment. Because until 10 years ago, I was a classic example of not living in embodiment. I was in a good job, in a good relationship, had a good circle of friends, but I felt numb from within. And at that point, I began to wonder, is this all there is? Is this all what life is about? There was this sense of unfulfillment that I just could not pinpoint. I then got into binge drinking and occasional drug use, and my body did not like that self-abuse. And I began to develop severe case of eczema all over my body that even the steroids from the doctors could not cure. I soon began to feel depressed. I was also at the time grieving the sudden death of my dear father, and I just could not make myself wake up in the morning and get excited about going to work. And it was then I began my search for more, and my search for more took me to wild places like Bali, Glastonbury, India, and I began to teach myself various modalities of self-healing. And then I realized that I did not want my 9 to 5 job anymore, so I got myself certified in life coaching and then began to set up my business, did all the things I could do to make my business successful and go to all those sales events, the networking events, all those marketing strategies, etc. And soon, guess what? I was getting burnt out, frustrated, and depressed again. And I wanted to quit my business. I was denying myself my true expression, that I was no longer interested in living my life in the masculine and making it a fulfilling one. So I continued my search and then started teaching myself the Taoist Tantric embodiment arts, and again was met with some kind of self-doubt that now what? What are my friends gonna tell about me? What are my parents gonna tell about me? Now I have become a spiritual hippie. So you see, I am giving you all of these examples from my past life because these were the key moments when I look back and I can identify as not living in embodiment. You see, when you are not living in embodiment, you begin to feel numb within yourself and you are not able to experience the depth of your emotions. When you are not living in embodiment, you feel like you are not living your full purpose. When you are not living in embodiment, you fill up your life with some kind of addiction or self-abuse to fill up the emptiness. When you're not living in embodiment, your body begins to show symptoms of disease, which could be results of unexpressed emotions and desires. When you're not living in embodiment, you keep taking your daily life decisions and actions, for example, like the job that you did not like, as an obligation. When you're not living in embodiment, you care too much about others' validation or what others may think of you. And just like I did, when you are not living in embodiment, you keep experiencing similar lessons over and over again that keep you stuck. When you're not living in embodiment, you feel lack of confidence, fear, and the not good enough feeling. So I hope by sharing some of my past experiences, I was able to show you what not living in embodiment looks like, and I hope you can relate with me in one way or the other. Or if you are experiencing any of these kind of scenarios at present in your life, it's okay. It is okay, and it is beautiful that you are becoming aware of it, because Now I can say, looking back, that all of those moments have played an important role. The awareness of these, in fact, have played an important role in me becoming who I am right now. One of my biggest lessons out of these past experiences is that embodiment is 100% about how you feel about yourself on the inside. And that, my dear sister, is fully your responsibility. So, my dear sister, my question to you today is, whatever your current reality is, are you living in embodiment? If yes, I salute you. And if not, how can you go about expressing your true self? No need to worry, your feminine will exactly show you the way should you choose to connect with her in your body. So I hope you found this video useful, and I would love for you to share this video with any other women you think might benefit from hearing these personal stories, because I believe that a lot of us women share similar experiences, and when we come together and share our stories, it acts as medicine of healing and inspiration for each other. So please share, and I would love to hear about your journey of embodiment. Feel free to post in the comments. Namaste.